Hi, I'm Christy. Welcome. It is the end of March here, so our haystack has decreased to almost nothing. It was 4 layers high and reached close to the sheep run. Now we have barely enough left to get us till the end of April, when our animals will go to the pasture. I am still struggling to calculate correctly our needs for hay, and that's why we needed to order additional hay in the end of last year. And then I thought we will have extra when this season is over, but no. Anyway, I usually have help pushing the bale, but occasionally I choose to do it by myself. Such a good weight training, right? Well, I do not really know anything about weight training. I know it is important to move myself. I close off some sheep inside, though these sheep waiting for me behind the gate would not try to get out of the run. Otherwise, if they are all out, they will push themselves out of the run, and as there is some grass growth outside, I will have hard time herding them in again. It's okay when they get out in winter, when it's all under snow. They will get in easily. Now I have to move fast to get the bale in. So I give them one bale after every 3 days. We used to give them 2 bales after 5 days, but sheep are wasting so much hay, so I decided to push one bale into cattle feeder, where our sheep also have access to, and just throw some into sheep feeder every day till they go out. This has been such a mild winter for us here, and the spring seems also warmer, and it is sunnier for sure. So I am hoping to get them out sooner than in previous years. Usually we have lots of standing water on our pastures still in April, but right now our pastures are dry and even getting greener already. And I know my hopes are really high, as it is very warm right now. But I also know we can get freezing nights even in May or June, so it will get colder before summer is here for sure. But to see dry pastures is such a great thing. So my morning starts with animal chores, hay and water to sheep and cows, clean up cattle bedding inside and their run outside. Chickens get clean water and grain. I like to soak their grain. After morning chores, I usually make myself second cup of coffee and light lunch. I do love sourdough a lot, although I do try not to overdo it. So usually my lunch is eggs with a little cheese, but today I needed some sourdough pancakes. I add eggs. These are last year's glut that I froze, so eggs from freezer, to the sourdough starter that I keep in fridge and use or feed as I need. Then some milk. Our cow is dry right now. We are expecting them, our cow and heifer, to calve in May. So I use store-bought milk right now. I fry pancakes in homemade ghee. I do not like the taste of our own butter, so I make ghee of it, or I use our butter when baking, but not on sandwiches or so. I fill my pancakes with cheese, and when I want something extra, then I add some ham too. Today it's just homemade cheese. I only feed my starter when I use it up, otherwise it sits in the fridge. I feed the starter with equal parts water and flour. Leave it at room temperature overnight and put back into the fridge. I have picked up my wool so late in the season, right before gardening, so there is not much time anymore to work with it, so I take any chance I get. For carding, I take a small amount of wool, not full carding, just small amount so it wouldn't be hard to card. And I like to hand card my wool, although I have bigger carder as well, but it takes time for me to get used to it, I think. So I card small amounts of wool and I flip carders from one hand to another. Again, it probably takes time and practice to learn to do it right, but that's what suits me the best right now. And I am spinning from discarded bat. I do not like to roll it up in rollax either. I have tried it and probably didn't do that correctly either, so this is easier for me to spin right now. Spinning is one of my favorite activities for sure. I love it. I have almost finished spinning one fleece. I think there's one bobbin full left to spin, then this fleece is done. And I think I will use this 1-ply yarn for the warp to start weaving at some point. So warp will be from only one yarn. In the beginning I thought I will use 1-ply yarn from different fleeces, but now that this one is almost done, I think I will use just that. I did spin one bobbin of black yarn as well, but this was such a difficult spin. All these fleeces are so different. Black wool contains a lot of strong, long outer coat fibers, so these shorter, soft fibers are all tangled up in little balls, and the yarn is full of nibs. I do not like that, but I try to ignore it, as I will use this yarn to learn weaving, and my weaving will probably not be pretty either in the beginning, so I will just try to power through it. This white wool, though, is so lovely to spin. That's the wool I have managed to spin so far this spring. I think it is enough to start weaving, right? I am even dreaming of knitting something with this 1-ply yarn. I may never finish it, but I think I would love to knit just for the knitting's sake. And that's it for this week's video. Thank you for being here with me. and see you soon.